gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Pants. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL corner. Are they gonna take it? What are they gonna do? Is it gonna go deep? Are they gonna go? Who knows? Let's take that. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the crusher in the traction zone. I tried to mount up another overtake on 1v3 trademark. This is round 3 quarter. Timo crashed under the pressure once again.
And Timo are oh, it's not pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
So what are we gonna do so they can stand at the back together again? Just like Timo likes it.
how many times did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello and welcome everyone to another Tier 3 race. This time here at Brazil. I'm joined with Boosted Mess. Hello Boosted.
Hiya, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm looking forward to what should be quite an interesting race if yesterday and Tuesday's 2 SLR race or anything to go by.
Yeah, from what we've seen from the previous races, Brazil, it's been quite exciting. We have the drivers making their first laps now. We see some drivers with doing their first lap with mediums. I wouldn't do that but that's just me. I would go for 4 runs on softs, but maybe some people might want to start on mediums. I don't know.
That's it. I think the soft is certainly my kind of preferred tyre choice for qualifying on this track, just to get a lap time in, and then after that I can worry about making maybe small changes depending on how the rest of the field seems to be going pace wise.
Yeah, and talking about strategies, I think we will probably see most of the field doing the soft medium strategy or the medium soft.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's the best strategy, just by a little bit. The soft hard is also a good strategy.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend what happens earlier on, because it's quite a tight and twisty circuit through most of the corners, tighter than some other tracks. So your main kind of overtaking areas are really on the sort of main straight. So I think in the first lap of the race we're going to maybe see a couple of drivers bunching up coming into the first couple of corners. We could see a few nudges and a bit of bumping going on there. Risk of safety car is high, and that's going to impact a lot on what kind of tyre choices people make. So yeah, like you say, I think soft medium's the way to go. But if anyone gets tangled up, we'll see a few hards coming out early on maybe.
Yeah, and as we've seen from yesterday's race, we had a safety car right at the end that nobody expected, and that messed up because almost everyone had penalties, and it messed up the final standings of the race.
Yeah, it shook the race up quite a bit. I mean, the 2 safety cars yesterday, we had one fairly early on. Things seemed to calm down a wee bit, and then yeah, like you say, the one safety car from out of nowhere right at the very end, which it really shook the order up. So a lot of people finishing in positions they wouldn't normally finish in.
Yeah, and we see George setting the fastest lap for now, 1:07.2, which is a good bunker lap. So yesterday we didn't see anyone go into the 6s. Perhaps today we can see someone, for example, Terror or Motocrosser, maybe Joel, I don't know.
Yep, I mean, yesterday I think was a pole time of 1:07.1. That was set by Flaw on the very, very last lap of the qualifying session. So yeah, we'll see if we can fast lap today or not. But, I mean, if we're already on a 1:07.2, I think we can safely assume that we're going to get a high 1:06 finish.
Yeah, as Crimsonium goes P8 with a 7.6. Some drivers are making their way out of the pits again. But because yeah, they should do 4 runs on soft. So to do 4 runs, you have to be relatively quick doing. You can't spend too much time in the garage.
Yeah, that's it. You just need to be straight in, straight back out again as quick as possible. You've usually got just enough time to tweak fuel loads if need be, and then yeah, get straight back on it. Although fuel saving not too much of a problem on this track, I've heard. So
yeah, I think fuel saving it's okay here. ERS management is also not the hardest track to save some ERS.
yeah,
I think it's quite easy to save a little bit if you don't waste it everywhere. And we have yellows, but I think that's just I think that was just Motocrosser letting some people by. Yep, he's on his out lap now.
Yep. Quite a busy track, just by the look of it. There's a lot of cars just coming around the end of the second sector there now.
Yeah.
Led by XP at the minute, who's just finishing a lap, I think.
Wimpy, I think, is going through the traffic now. He's also finishing his lap. As you said, XXP did go into the pits, so he didn't complete a lap. Futuristic is also on a lap. We have many people starting and finishing their laps now. Wimpy crosses the line. He only goes 14th fastest with the mediums. So I think that's he'll probably switch to softs later.
Johnny's just jumps up into second position there as well. It's looking really tight now. The top 3, they're all all very, very close together now. All in the 1:72.
Yeah, that's right. His teammate Radeus invalidates his lap, so I think he started another one. Just now going to turn 1. Who do we have finishing?
Like we had a spin there.
Was it the McLaren? Did you see?
I think it was a Haas. I think I missed it. It was quite
Haas?
quick.
Oh.
It looked like there was a possible spin there. I'm not sure. I'm maybe seeing things. I'm skipping up and down to try and see who's on the lap and who's not. Terra's just put in a purple middle sector. He's just about to cross the line now, so we'll see if he improves his lap time at all. Yep, into pole. So there we are, 1:06. 1:06.8. That's a huge jump.
Yeah, that's a really good lap. I believe he still has 2 more laps to go, and that's already a really good lap from Terror. He's one of the how do you say, the I don't know how to say it. He's the most
One of the
contenders. Yeah, he's.
guys.
No, I want to say he's one of the contenders for pole position today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As long with we have also Matthias, who's gonna finish his lap now, I think, unless no, he aborts his lap and he goes straight into the pits. We have a McLaren of Futuristic also finishing his lap. He goes 5th fastest with a 7.2 as well. That's also a good lap. We have the two Hazas. Maybe they're giving slipstream to one another. Yeah, I think Janice Correas gave a little bit of slipstream to George. And did
Yeah, George was carrying on a lap there.
How he started?
He was on an invalid lap there, so he just started a
Yeah.
new one there. I think he was planning a single lap, but like I say, invalidated it. It looks like he's continued on to do a second lap.
Yeah, so I'm reading chat as Sonny said. So to win the championship, motocrosser just needs to get 4 points, and in order to win the championship, Matthias has to win the next 2 races, without motocrosser getting those 4 points. So we will probably see motocrosser champion of tier 3 this race.
Yep. Well, he's yet to set a time nearer the front of the grid at the minute. He's currently midfield and in the pit just now.
Yeah. Well, let's leave a...
George has invalidated the lap as well, so he's pitting now as well.
Yeah, George, who had a little bit of a slipstream, invalidated his lap. Darcy is going to end his lap now, and he goes into P5, and also into the 7.2. So there's a lot of people going to the 7.2s.
Yeah, it's very close at the top, which is nice to see. I think we're going to have quite a close race.
Yeah, as I see, was it one of the, I think it was Mozik, he cut a little bit of the track and then he spun, I think, on the last corner.
Oh, no. That's horrible as well, especially if you're on a fast lap too, to just lose it there right at the very end.
Joel gets a little bit of a slipstream from Mozzie, and that puts him to P3, 17.1. Nice.
Still yet to see any more 1-minute 6s. I think it can still be done. I think we'll maybe see another 1 or 2 before the end of qualifying, surely.
Yeah, I would expect to see more people on the 6s. Possibly Matthias, or maybe even Joel if he can improve his lap by 1/10.
Yeah, we've got just over 5 minutes left to go of the session now, so people will be thinking about getting their last little tweaks and changes made and getting out for one more lap.
Yeah, Tilde aborted his lap. He went straight into the pits. Tilde, I think he raced yesterday. I think he had a good race, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he not finish? I think he finished second yesterday, if I remember right.
Yeah.
He came up quite far down. He had an unlucky spin early on, and then fantastic recovery.
Yeah, of course I remember. Yeah, he recovered pretty well, and I think he was our honorable mention for driver of the day, actually. Now that
That's right.
recall it. As the driver of the day is currently here speaking.
Trying not to say anything.
Well,
yeah, it was an unusually good race.
It was deserved, as Janice Correas goes P3, 7.1. So, not quite.
Motocrosser is currently on a lap. Expect to see him jump up a couple of positions by the time he gets to the end of it.
Yeah, let's have a look at this lap. He doesn't have anyone in front of him till the rest of the lap now.
Yep, clear track ahead of him.
Going
Purple middle sector, yep.
Yeah, going into the last corner, he doesn't use the grass on the outside to get a bit of a better entry. But he goes really close to the line. As you said, with a purple middle sector, this could be a good lap, and it's P9 for motocrosser. 17.3. That's not bad,
but yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, but I would maybe. I was expecting a little bit more from motocrosser.
Just seen George has just jumped into second there and pushed Matthias down to third.
Yeah, with a 17.0.
Yep, almost in the 1-minute 6 club there of Terra. so close now.
Yeah, but so far no one seems to be getting close to Terra's time. So, and I think that was an excellent time.
Absolutely,
Maybe.
yeah.
Well, let's see if someone can challenge pole position. But that's looking like a really good time for now.
We've just had Terra's just gone purple in the first sector. He's on a fast lap now.
Ooh, I think Matthias is he
Oh,
starting
when
a
he
lap now?
validates, Terra validates in the first sector there. He just ran ever so slightly wide.
Oh yeah, okay, but yeah, because I saw that he was 2/10 up on his time when he
Yep.
crossed the line, but it didn't seem to improve. So that's why. If you would go 2/10 up, he would be close to Terra, and he's improving right now. He's gone for a second hot lap as he invalidates again.
It's so easy to do on this track as well. Like
Yeah.
some of the curves, if you just hit them ever so slightly wrong, they unsettle the car enough to push you wide, and that's all you need to get an invalidation. Sadly.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm talking as if I'm speaking from experience. I mean, I crashed in qualifying yesterday, so I didn't do very well at all.
No, but you had good pace at least. So I think you have grounds to talk. Futuristic now leaving the pits. His teammate Curse did not improve, I think.
We have Matthias is going for another lap, I think. So, yep, it's full throttle over the start finish line.
Isn't
Pushing
that?
again.
Oh, Terra retired in the pits, so he doesn't want to do any more laps. He thinks his time is good enough, and I think he will save a soft compound for the race. As
Yep.
Matthias almost invalidates again, and he does.
Oh no! On the same corner as well, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it was on the same corner. Lots of drivers on the track now. Let's have a
Johnny
look at.
just jumped up to third as well, so he's right up there.
Yeah, good lap from John. Darcy is gonna start his lap now. Kebab is going into the pits. We have the two McLarens finishing their laps one after the other, or Futuristic is starting his lap actually, but Curse doesn't improve. Joel improves to P2 with a 1:7.0. So
He's so close to the 1:06 as well. So
Yeah.
close.
Motocrosser also
Motocrosser
started
yeah.
his lap. So yeah, who do you want to see doing this? I think Joel. Oh, Joel finished his lap, so okay, so he's going slowly.
He's done, yeah.
Matthias is going fast for another lap on those softs. He's had quite a few laps on those softs.
That's interesting. I don't think you'll be able to do much with that, surely, because his ERS is going to be so low now, having already done 2 hot laps in a row.
Well, he's on 40% going into the last corner, which is not so bad. He's right behind Cursed. Ooh, and he's
Oh no!
losing it on traction there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He won't have time for another lap as the drivers are finishing. Wimpy seems to have aborted his lap. Who else?
Motocross is coming onto the start line now, so he's just motocross is straight into the pits. So that's it. Motocross will be
Yeah,
in.
Motocross
10th.
also into the pits. We have a Racing Point finishing. Is that XXP? Yes, he is. He doesn't improve. Now we have a Haas of Janis Correas. He invalidated. George improves to P2 with a 1:6.9. So
And it's the 6 part. There we go. Yeah.
yeah, there we go. 2 drivers into the 6 seconds, and I don't think we have any more Janis Correas invalidated yet. So I think that's it for the
That's-
qualifying. Terror with a really good lap early on. No one seemed to challenge that time. Matthias got a little bit unlucky with all those invalidated laps.
Yeah, so here we go then. This is your start grid for today then. Tyre at the top, George in second, Joel starting from third.
Yeah, John also with a really good qualifying, starting from P4. That's really good for him.
Wimpy had quite a good jump. He was a bit lower down. I remember last time I was checking, so he's jumped up quite nicely there in 7th position.
Yeah, Wimpy starting from 7th. Let's hope he has a little bit more luck than the previous time at Mexico, where he spun on the first lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's take this time to have a look at the standings. So, as you can see, Motocrosser is leading, and as I said before, if he scores more than 4 points this race, he automatically is the champion of Tier 3. And if he doesn't score the 4 points, Matthias has to win. And if Matthias doesn't win, Motocrosser is also the champion. So yeah, I think it's really likely that we will see Motocrosser champion this race.
Yeah, definitely.
In the constructors, I think. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Sorry, go.
I think I was saying in the constructors, Renault have already won, and I think there's Williams and Ferrari fighting for P3 in the constructors. So
Yes,
we will see what happens.
A couple of battles are still to go in the constructors championship. But yeah, like you said, I think the top of both championships look like they're going to be fairly decided fairly soon.
Yeah.
Onto the formation lap now.
So we will have a look on Ter. He will have George starting behind him. Let's see if he can create a good gap, or if George can keep up with him. Let's also keep an eye on Joel. He will be right behind George, trying to make a move for that P2. We have to keep attention to the penalties. It's really easy to get warnings and penalties around here.
Just looking at chat, and some idiots just letting us know that rain is coming in the last 6 to 8 laps of this race.
Oh, is it? Oh, that could change a lot of things.
Cloudy and then rain in the last 3. So yeah, this could be interesting.
Yeah, and Tara and George with a really big gap to Joel.
Yeah, this has felt like a really quick formation lap somehow. So
well, it's a short track. Yeah, it's a short track, but anyways, I think the drivers are a little bit. They've created a little bit of gaps to each other, but okay, let's prepare for the start as the final drivers make their way into the grids.
Yeah, just waiting for the last few couple guys there just to get in their spaces. Aki Palola's just pulling into his box now. So any minute now, here we go. Lights are starting up. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Bit of a pause, and we're off. That was quite a quick pause this time. And on my screen, it looks like we've got a slight desync there as Terra just drops right to the very bottom of the timings there. But I think he's still first around the corner there. Got Matthias and Wimpy have jumped up. They've got a really good start. Very clean first few corners, in fact. So going very well. Oh, I say that, and we've got a yellow flag. That's one of the.
That's XP who spins round and.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, for my screen it was a little bit distinct as well. We have Matthias losing a position to George now, or trying to make that position on George. Joel jumped to P2, so that's a good start from Joel. Further back, I think we didn't see too many moves. Wimpy still P7, Futuristic P8. As now, keyboard. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that Keyboard trying to make a move on Futuristic, but Futuristic defended well. Obviously, Keyboard with the soft tire. Oh, I forgot to put the tires. Sorry. And all of this as well. Okay.
So actually quite a clean first lap then. Terra's actually pulled quite a good gap already as well by the look of it. So
Yeah, and
if he'll make it out of DRS range then in time for DRS being activated.
I think Joel is P2. For me, it shows Joel is P1. The standings are a little bit distinct.
Yeah, mine are a little bit all over the place as well at the minute, unfortunately. But so for me, Terra is currently leading. He's got a 0.7 gap to Joel. We've then got George just after Joel, about a 1.8 second gap between those two.
Ooh, and Kirst making a move on Radeos down the inside of turn 6, if I'm not mistaken. He makes it stick and he's up into P13. Oh no, I thought that Kirst was gonna go wide, but that's just a little bit of a lag there. Keyboard Magnussen, he's starting on mediums. He's already into P9, so that's a good position to be on mediums.
Yeah, that's quite a good jump. That I mean, he'll be trying desperately to stay within slipstream and DRS range of the cars in front, just to try and get a tow along as far into the race as possible with those tyres.
Yeah. As now Wimpy's really close to the back of Giannis Couriers, deploying all his ERS. Wimpy going for the outside. Giannis brakes later actually, and Wimpy's gonna have to go the long way, but he seems to have the pace on him, and he does it before turn 5, Wimpy. So Wimpy into P6.
A penalty for his troubles though, unfortunately, by the look there. Just ran slightly wide there. I think that he must have had 2 warnings quite early on then. He must have been quite quick with that.
Yeah, it's only lap 3.
3-second penalty there.
Yeah, we're still on lap 3 and Wimpy already with a penalty, so he will try to keep it clean for the rest of the race. John now really close to Matthias. Matthias, who is currently P4. Motocrosser out of the points, so Matthias has to win the race if he wants to have a chance at the championship.
Yep. Terra's already got a 1.5 second gap on Joel now. It seems to be increasing slowly as well, so he's well clear of DRS range. He'll be quite happy that he's in the position he's in right now.
Yeah, that's a good gap from Terra. George is trying to keep up with Joel, who seems to be running away as well. Joel also saving some ERS. He has more ERS than George behind him.
Dials just coming out of the pit lane there. I see he just had a front wing change, so I wonder if there's been a bit of a bump somewhere in the concerteering through some of the corners.
Oh yeah, possibly. And he goes on to 2 mediums. So and Crimsonium with a dive on Motocrosser. Oh, Motocrosser still on the inside now. Crimsonium still, so they have some contacts. Crimsonium still on the outside now. Motocrosser gets the inside for last corner and he does it
as well.
Yeah, Curse now on the inside of Crimsonium. Yeah, so that didn't turn out really well for Crimsonium there. He lost a position in the end. And now
He's going for 5 as well to the first corner. He's having a look. He's having a look.
Yeah, Motocrosser.
A yellow flag somewhere as well. What's that for?
Ooh, I think that was Radeos, who has lost his front wing again.
Oh no!
Ooh, that's not great.
Oh, that's ruining his race at the minute.
Yeah.
He decides to stay out though, so it looks like he's going to try and stick this out a little bit.
Yeah, if he pitted now, he would be already under blue flags.
Yeah.
So that would be really hard for him to get out.
He'll be hoping for a safety car then.
Yeah, certainly. As now Crimsonium will maybe try to get revenge on Cursed. He's really close. this group is they're all on mediums. The soft runners have run away a little bit. Keyboard is the first of the medium runners, and his gap to Darcy is about 2 seconds.
Yeah, you can see the drivers are sort of splitting into 2 packs now, is it, where you've got the soft runners are starting to slowly pull a gap on the majority of the medium runners as things seem to settle down a little bit.
Yep.
Terra's now got a 2.5 second lead on Joel. He is absolutely flying at the minute.
I see Kebab going for a move on the outside of Mozzie Gaming. Kebab with the soft tires, not being able to make many positions, and I think he got a warning there.
There's actually some quite close racing at the back of the pack there, which is really good to see there. Yeah, Marcy Gaming, Kebab and Aki Palola there in quite close quarters to one another.
Yeah, I think that's the closest group we have now, as the top 5 seem to be...
Darcy looks like he's going for a move down the back straight there, and doesn't make it stick. They're still fighting through the first set of corners now.
Yeah, Janice Correa's defends that P8, and Darcy is now not too close to make a move into turn 3 or to turn 4. I think it's turn 4.
Yep. That was a good effort, but did not make it stick on that occasion.
Yeah, and Motocrosser did seem to make a mistake. Or did he overtake? No, he overtook Keyboard, I think, because Keyboard was P10.
Kirst is now right behind him as well, so like again another tight pack there that's looking very racy at the minute.
Yeah, we have at the back, we still have the gaps really. The drivers are really close together.
There's a half off in the third sector there.
That's Janice.
Yeah, I think he spun there just coming out of the corner there. That's a real shame. That's going to put him right back to the bottom of the pack just about.
Yeah, he's right behind the Ocean Chief now. He doesn't have wing damage though, so that's good for him.
Just have to be very careful now. His tyres will be really hot, and I've seen it quite a lot where people spin and overheat their tyres and then just end up spinning again and again and again. So.
Ooh, Kebab now. Ooh, there's a 3. Ooh, someone's off. XTXP! Oh no!
Yeah, big damage there, big damage. XTXP straight out of the race there. I think, don't know, was that contact with
that's a virtual safety car. Yeah, I think Kebab was trying to go for a move on Mozzie Gaming, and XTXP tried to make it 3 wide on the inside, and he had a little bit of contact with Kebab, and he went into the wall, and I think Aki Palola went into him. No, he doesn't seem to have damage. So
seems to have escaped okay. I literally just caught the tail end of that just as I was flicking through there. Just saw.
Oh, Joel gets a drive-through. Joel gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car.
He's going to be kicking himself. He's straight into the pit now to serve it. So at least he's getting out of the way early. So yeah, we might see a.
And now John is really close to George. John is gonna try and make a move for P2. George is out of VRS, so that should be an easy move for John. And he does it into turn 4.
Some very close racing still at the back of the grid. We've got the 2 Alfa Romeos are going side by side. That's Ocean Chief and Tilda coming into the 4th corner there.
Yeah, they've got now Janice Correa's splitting them. Tilda, I think, lost some positions there. As a little bit ahead of them, we have Kirst and Crimsonian and Keyboards all close together.
So Mossy Gaming picks up a 3-second time penalty there. Starting to come in now slowly.
So no one seemed to have pitted. There's yellow flags.
Another yellow flag, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's for Aki Pola. I think I see a little bit of grass on his tires, maybe.
He's got front wing damage by the look of it. The front left side of
Yeah.
his wing. Yeah, it's not looking great.
Yeah, completely missing his left side of this wing, so he will have to pit for sure. John also pits, and he puts mediums. At lap 10, that's maybe a little early, but as some idiot said, we might have rain at the end, so maybe the mediums.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the mediums could go to the end, or could go until the rain comes. So maybe that's
Meanwhile,
what he's thinking. Yeah, yeah.
Terra's now got a 4.6 second lead on George, and we're only on lap 10. He's just running away with it.
Yeah, George.
George is leading a small train there of Matthias and Wimpy, who are currently just behind him. But yeah, Terra's up. In fact, Terra's almost up to 5 seconds now.
Yeah, George now fighting with Matthias really helped Ter make that gap, and now he just has to manage his race and go to the end unless we have a safety car.
We have another time penalty coming in for Wimpy. I think that's his second penalty, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, you got one at lap 3 at the very beginning. Yeah, that's his second one, as George gets his first one right now as well. We are starting to see a little bit of penalties coming in. Crimsonian also has 2 penalties.
He's currently passing Kirst around the outside there, turns 4, sort of 5 area. And down the inside out of the next turn. This is very close now. Backs out of it though, quite wisely.
Yep, we also saw Joe pitting for new mediums. Also on lap 11, so yeah, I think they are counting on the rain and pitting early because of it. Ooh, Johnny's really close to the back of Muzzy Gaming there. He was almost pushing Muzzy Gaming around.
Yeah, this is great. We've got a lot of close little battles, sort of little pockets of battles all up and down the field. It's really good to see.
Yeah, now John going
He's on the inside now. Oh, and he's bumped him wide. Was that contact there?
Yeah,
he pushed him.
He pushed Muzzy Gaming a little bit. Obviously, Muzzy manages to keep it on track.
Coming out now with traffic coming out of the pit lane as well onto the straight there. I think they're going to clear that.
Yeah, it's George coming out of the pits now. He did pit for mediums as well. So he will try to gain a little bit on terror there, making that undercut. Possibly not going to be enough, but maybe he'll gain. Depends on when terror pits, but he could gain like 1 second if terror takes too long to be in the pits.
I mean, I think I'm right in saying that most of the soft runners I'd imagine to be pitting around sort of lap 15, lap 16, somewhere around there, I think. Assuming they're going to try and get the most out of those tyres before having to change.
Ooh, and
we see a yellow flag.
Something happened to George, I think. Is that George? Yeah, it's George in the grass, and he does have front wing damage. Lots of damage.
Yeah.
So George is actually out of the fight now for the lead, as Terror pitted anyways. Maybe to defend from the undercut, but George wasn't going to be able to do it anyways because of this spin. Terror though gets out in P10 behind Janice Correa's and Crimsonian.
Yep, exits right into the middle of quite a long train of cars there. So
yeah, and now Matthias is in the lead with Wimpy right behind him.
yeah, they're very close coming onto the back straight there, so he's within DRS range.
He's
Wimpy,
deploying.
of course, will be taking penalty, so he's going to want to try and get past and then try and create a gap of his own.
Yeah, and Matthias goes straight into the pits. Wimpy's gonna stay out for longer. So let's have a look on Ter, as he made one move so far on Janice Correa's. And yeah, he's now free of the traffic, so he can push a little bit more.
It's interesting to see so many of the soft runners pitting like now. I would have expected them to stay out just a little bit later on.
Yeah, I think
Unless
it's,
it's like keep fresh mediums in anticipation for the rain, like you say.
yeah, I think it's because they know it's gonna rain at the end, so they can afford to pit a little bit earlier.
Crimsonium becomes the first driver to come out on hards today.
Ooh, John maybe going on the inside of Chief, down the inside, yeah, and Chief backs out on those old softs.
Picks up a penalty there as well as he was defending.
Yeah, he was a little bit wide out of turn 6, I think. Crimsonium is the only one who goes for hearts, so that's a little bit strange.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how his lap times will compare with some of the other drivers around him. We get a fastest lap of the race now from Terra, 1 minute 9.
Yeah, fastest lap as he just overtook Cursed, who is on those old mediums.
Puts himself back up into second. Of course, you've got Keyboard just ahead, but he's out of position currently.
Yeah. As I think the John with 4 laps on those mediums, he's looking like he's in P2 if he can get those tires to when it starts raining.
Yeah, he's having a really good race today.
Yeah, that's. I'm not sure when he pitted, but he did quite a big of an undercut there.
Yep.
There's the other driver behind him. Oh, did Wimpy pit for softs?
Yeah, I was wondering that. He's on fresh softs at the minute as we speak.
Yeah, what?
It's a really strange choice, isn't it?
Yeah, did he do soft? Maybe he's expecting rain to come earlier.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, if you can do 15 laps on the softs, you can go to soft. You can go to like lap 30, which means you will be in the range for rain.
Yeah, no, I think you might be right. Like that's yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
Mostly Gaming there joining the hard tires club as well, by the look of it.
Yeah, the two Red Bulls opting for the hards.
Yep. I've got a yellow flag in sector 1 on the pit exit.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's Crimsonium who retires just outside of the pit lane.
It's on the track. Is that going to bring out a safety? That
Yeah,
shouldn't bring out a safety match, should it?
he was a bit on the middle of the track. It's still yellow flags, and George doesn't care. He's going for a move anyways. Well, it's already green there, so it's fine. Akipolo really slow, but George is not going to try and move into this corner. He thinks better of it and he backs out.
And Crimsonium's AI pulls off just after turn 4 there, so I think
yeah, Kebab gets a 5-second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Sterif is finally on the leads with Keyboard having pitted for softs, which we would expect.
So currently, Cursed is the only driver still on the set of tyres that he started the race with.
And Tilde as well in P4.
That's right, yep, and Tilde as well, that's right.
But yeah, Wimpy now has a gap of around 2 seconds to John, but he's on fresh tires, fresh softs. So let's see if he can catch up to John and overtake him. That would be a really good strategy. If then, in fact, the rain comes and he pits for inters. Because if the rain doesn't come now, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, he'll have to do a last lap pit stop onto mediums or something, and I would imagine, just to try and comply with the regulations.
As he completes that overtake on Tilde. Already 1.5 seconds behind John, so he's making time. Motocrosser meanwhile overtook Joel on those, obviously on those fresh softs, having the grip advantage. It is getting cloudier.
DRS on Futuristic and makes that pass look quite easy as well. So that's him up to 8th now, chasing down
Yeah.
Darcy.
Janice Korea's also completed an overtake on Kebab, who just pitted now for mediums. I think he has a 5-second time penalty. Yes, he does. As we can see the penalties, Mossy Gaming is the one who has the most penalties, having 9 seconds. But yeah, at the back we see lots of penalties, but at the front only Kirst and Wimpy, and Kirst will have to pit, so at the front only Wimpy has 6 seconds of penalties. So
Yeah, it's strange. It's a complete reversal on yesterday's Tier 4 race, where yesterday I think most of the front runners were pushing quite hard and incurring quite a lot of penalties, whereas the back half seemed to be relatively penalty free. In this race, it's the other way around. The front runners are keeping it quite clean currently, and the guys towards the second half of the grid that are currently big for penalties.
yeah, Darcy makes an overtake on Matthias for P6, as we've got yellow flags, and I think that's the other Red Bull of Mossy Gaming in the grass, rejoining the track now.
Doesn't look like he has damage. I think he's got away with that.
Yeah, so both George and Aki Palolo have seen both of the Red Bulls crash in front of them. Ocean Chief really close to the back of Janice though, but he's really low on ERS. They both are. He's not going to try anything to this corner. Kebab also right behind them with a little bit more of ERS. We have
Three-way battle here.
yeah. Are you talking about Darcy and Tilda?
No, Kebab and Chief there that you've got.
Oh, but Darcy, I think he's gonna have a look on Tilda. Yes, he does. And
Matthias is right there as well.
yeah, Matthias could use this to his advantage if he can get a.
DRS on here.
Yeah, he gets a good run off turn 3 and he has DRS. So does Tilda, but Tilda is not deploying. So yeah, Matthias.
It down the inside into turn 4 then. Makes it stick as well. That's Matthias through.
Yeah, having those fresher tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthias had the traction and knew that I could do it, just broke later and did it. And Wimpy now really close to Kirst. John already over to Kirst. So Wimpy has to do it as fast as he can to continue going after John.
Yep. He's going to have DRS on this main straight now.
Yeah, I think it should be an easy move on this straight. As I said, he runs out of ERS, but I think that's gonna be enough anyways. Yep.
Yeah, he's through. That's it. No problems there.
Yep.
A good opportunity for Kirst to try and hang on to the slipstream as well now, just to try and pull himself further along with those older tyres.
Yeah, Kirst is going really long on those mediums.
Yep.
So is Tilda. So
I wonder if they're
laps.
intending to go from mediums straight to a wet tyre then. Possibly.
Yeah, maybe they're trying a one stop. They're just waiting for the rain to come, but I think those mediums will be very worn out right now. So if the rain doesn't come soon, they might start having issues with those tires.
I mean, going by some idiot's weather report, we've got another 9 laps or so to wait before we find out. Be the early kind of lap 30 or so. We can maybe expect to see something somewhere around there.
Yeah. As I see in the chat, X Crystals predicted 4 DNFs and Dragon predicted 3. So let's see which one of you wins.
Starting to space themselves out a little bit now on track. I think Keyboard is looking pretty close to Joel.
Yeah.
The first there's a position change at the top there between Wimpy and John.
Yeah,
so Wimpy's up in second now.
Yeah, Wimpy up into second place, making that Mercedes 1-2.
Kebab picks up a 3-second time penalty there as well.
Yeah, Kebab running in P14, still behind Chief. So
They've been together for quite a lot of this race, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, they've been together for quite a while now. But yeah, we don't seem to have many fights now. We have Motocrosser. Yeah, Motocrosser is catching up till those really old mediums.
And on the back straight as well, so this should just be a straightforward pass again.
Yeah. And Darcy, yeah, Darcy going past Kirst as well. So yeah, those both Kirst and Tilda on the old mediums losing positions here.
Yeah, I think they're starting to struggle now. I'm not sure how good an idea that was to try and stay long on the mediums.
As the Hammer says, so boring, anyone can win with a Mercedes. Are you saying Wimpy and Terra are not good?
I'm trying to keep an eye on this gap now between Wimpy and Terra, just to see if Wimpy can close it on those slightly fresher softs.
Yeah, the gap is currently 5.8, 5.7 now. I think Wimpy is gaining time.
I think he is
5.6.
catching his.
Yeah, I believe he's catching him.
I'll be amazed if this strategy works out. That's going to be
Oh.
pretty cool to see the soft and then into a wet tire.
They are both deploying Yares right now. Wimpy is out of Yares. Oh, and I think I see some rain coming. Yeah, I see some drops of rain coming down. So it won't be long until the drivers have to pit for intermediates.
Yeah, this is really going to shake things up, I think. As we see Ocean Chief and Kebab having a right close battle into the first set of corners there. I think Kebab was trying to go for a move there. Ocean Chief managed to hold him out. And now coming into the second DRS zone. Kebab's got his DRS open. Makes the pass on Chief around the outside.
Yep.
He'll hold that for now, but Chief isn't going to back away just yet, I don't think. He'll be trying to hold on as much as he can.
And Motocrosser gets a penalty. I think that's his first. Tilda now still losing lots of time. Now Joel behind him is gonna make an overtake on the outside of the last corner. He didn't even wait for the straight, and now Keyboard as well. Ooh, Keyboard being squeezed again on the main straight.
Yeah, that's going to work out actually quite well for both of them now.
And Keyboard might be going for a move on Joel as well. No, he brakes earlier. He avoids any contact. Might he try a move here? No, I think it's too far back. Yep.
I think Wimpy's actually looking really good now. Yeah, Crystals are saying it.
Well, Chief might have a go on Kebab. I mean, and he's gonna do to Kebab what Kebab did to him just a lap before. So
Kebab runs slightly wide there. That's cost him a little bit of time.
And maybe a warning there as well.
Meanwhile, the gap between Wimpy and Terra is still mostly where it was before, so Wimpy not actually catching that quickly on Terra at all.
Yep, Terra
He's had
continues.
a mistake somewhere.
Still no one pitted for the intermediates.
Yep, we've got 10 laps to go now. I would expect, going by what Smidiot was saying earlier on in the race, I would expect to see some pits probably around the lap 30 mark, if they can hold out that long.
Yeah, I was just wondering, let me see the position change. So, Kirst is up 5 positions right now from where he started. Tilde is only up 2 positions, so maybe I don't think, at least for Tilde, I don't think it was worth it trying to one stop.
No, it's not worked out for him very well, has it?
Yeah, for Kirst, he's still ahead of where he started, but he just now lost a position to Motocrosser. So Yeah, I don't think it was worth it for those drivers to try the one stop. And he's now really losing a lot of time. Futuristic goes past him as well. Soon will Joel. Oh, is he actually? Does he actually have a puncture? Yes, he does have a puncture. Yeah, Curse has a puncture, and this is gonna be a problem because he's gonna have to go into the pits. And does he put intermediates or dries?
He's gonna have to go on intermediates, surely.
Yeah, and it's maybe not time yet. Yeah, I think I see those intermediates. No,
Yes,
he
I
puts
wonder what
softs. He goes for softs.
Oh, he's gonna have to pit again, surely.
Yeah,
He's
that's
surely not gonna try and make it to the end on softs. He can't do that. Surely not.
yeah, but that definitely didn't go right for him. Keep an eye on Tilda now. His tires might be exploding soon.
Yeah, I wonder if he realizes what's happened to Kirst there.
Well, let's see if he comes into the pits this time. We have a driver in the pits. It's Radaios, the first one to pit into the intermediates. No one else seems to be going for the pits.
Yeah, this will give us a good indication of what the pace is like now with intermediates, if this is the right time to change or not.
Yep. Joel. Futuristic goes into the pits as well. So Joel and Keyboard continue for another lap. Tilda continues. He doesn't pit yet, so he risks those tires a little bit more. We have Ocean Chief and Futuristic pitted, so Ocean Chief and Kebab took him. Let me have a look at Radaios, see how he's doing.
Kebab's coming back down onto Ocean Chief again now with DRS into the fourth corner, but they've been fighting the whole race for the vast majority of it anyway, switching positions here and there.
Yeah, Ocean
They've been
Chief
having a
now.
really good race actually.
Well, they're almost into the points, so I think that's good. George
That's
pits for the intermediates. Tilda now into P10. His tires are still... He still doesn't have a puncture. Kebab really close to the back of Ocean Chief now.
Some position changing at the top there, I see. I think Darcy and John having a fight. Yeah, they're very close now.
Yeah, Darcy overtaking John.
Yep. John's coming back on him now with DRS. Decides not to send it down the inside though. That's probably a wise choice with the tri tyres in a dampening condition
Yeah.
now. Terra is still managing to pull away from Wimpy as well.
Yeah,
He
now
catches up.
Wimpy's tires will be worn out by now a little bit, so he will not have the same pace as he did a few laps ago.
Tilda continues for another lap.
Oh, Tilda really going.
Oh, we have a yellow flag in sector 2. That looks like a Williams.
Is that Radaios? That's a double. That's two cars. That's a racing point as well. It's Radaios and who is it? Is it Joel?
I think it's Joel. Yeah, it is Joel. Joel's the last remaining racing point in this race.
Oh, it is. But I don't think they couldn't have crashed into each other because surely Radaios was ghosted. I think.
Yeah, I just missed that. I'm not sure what happened there. I just came to it as the two were sideways there. It looks like it was two independent spins, but yeah, we have a virtual safety car now as well.
Oh, so surely now a lot of drivers will try to pit now. Look at Tilda, he's right at the entry of the pits. So he might go for it. Ocean Chief right behind him.
Oh, Joel picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Tilda stays out.
Tilda stays out, so...
Lap 29 on those tyres.
Well, he's really risking it. Maybe it's still not time for inters. George... Well...
Oh, okay, yeah. Just watching Tilda there, just having a little wiggle coming out of the first set of corners there, but I think he was trying to let Ocean Chief by there.
Yeah, now he's gonna slow down Kebab. Tilda really going slow on those mediums now. Yeah, having a look at Did Redeus? Redeus was on Inters. He pitted for softs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
That's yeah. I don't know why he's done that.
maybe it's just so light
Has
that
he
it.
changed his mind?
Yeah, maybe like the Inters are really not good. Curse has Inters though, and George too. I don't know how good they are doing. It's hard to say. Now
Kebab is surely going to pass Tilda on the back
the
bit here
two
now.
championship leaders are really close together now. Motocrosser in P5 and Matthias P6. This will give the championship to Motocrosser.
Yep, as Kebab just makes an easy pass on Tilda, who still stays out.
And his teammate Ocean Shift is pitting. Ocean Shift pitting. Tilda stays out, which is really strange. Ocean Shift going into the intermediates now. Yeah, let's see if you can get an advantage on Kebab, or if the dries are still the best tire. There's lots of cars now. It's Wimpy going past the two lapped cars who are fighting each other. George and Akipola. George on those Inters, going past Akipalola. I mean, sorry. As Akipalola breaks really late, but actually manages to keep the position into turn 3.
He picks up another time penalty.
Yeah, I think it's harder in the rain, isn't it?
Yeah, he's up to 9 seconds now.
And Mozzie Gaming not having a good time on those tires. There's yellow flags. That's George.
Oh, no, intermediates as well. Maybe it is not quite right that you had to switch to intermediates then. Maybe staying on dries a little bit longer is the right call.
Yeah,
Till
maybe.
the pit, finally.
Till the pit.
We have another yellow flag. This time it's Mozzie Gaming by the look of it.
Yeah, Mozzie's struggling with those tires. Is Tilda going for intermediates? Yes, he is. Further ahead we have Futuristic closing up to Kebab. Futuristic who pitted for softs. Keyboard also pitted for softs. So they believe that it's not gonna rain enough to go for the Inters. Kebab is really going slowly now. Futuristic. Futuristic almost losing it, but he is really a lot faster than Kebab right now. As we see Terror
they touch!
Yeah, Futuristic into the wall. Kebab
He's retired.
Futuristic retires. Kebab has damage. Joel.
I'm not sure what happened. I was watching that. It was so strange. It just seemed to. I think one of them. I'm not sure who. One of them may have spun slightly and just clipped the other there. That's so unfortunate.
And that's another virtual safety car as the two leading Mercedes pitted. And now Darcy and John are in the lead.
This is going to be interesting now then to see if Darcy and John decide to stay.
And Kebab gets another 5 seconds for spinning in the pits. Motocrosser with a drive-through. So.
Oh no! Oh, that could change everything now then for the championship potentially.
Well, Matthias would need to win to keep the championship alive, which is pretty unlikely now. But will Darcy and John try to go to the end? Well, John is gonna have really worn out tires. I think it was at this point. As he really
very
slows the traction.
Yeah, very very sideways.
Yeah, I think Terra is gaining a lot on them. I think Reina is really hit now, and they all have to pit for Inters. Well, Keyboard is still on softs. Joel too. Yeah, both Darcy and John pit, so the Mercedes are back in the lead. Motocrosser though, he's closer to Wimpy now because of the double stack the Mercedes did. Yeah, but Motocrosser has the drive-through, of course. He didn't serve it yet. Now, is Keyboard and Joel going to pit, or are they going to risk it until the end?
Yeah, we have 4 drivers still on dry weather tyres currently. everybody else has switched to intermediates. It definitely looks like intermediates is the tyre to be on now. It's just a question of, is it worth pitting this late in the race to go onto intermediates if you're currently still on dry?
Yeah, if they pit now, they're gonna be out of the points, I think. Maybe there'll be P10 keyboard.
DRS is now disabled, so it's now wet enough to stop the use of DRS in this race.
Yeah, he has. Well, they have 2 laps to make it to the end. Is that? Oh, that's the lap car of George ahead of Motocrosser.
Yep.
John and Darcy, who have pitted, they are really close to the back of Matthias. Motocrosser keeps going, so it doesn't serve his drive-through yet.
Just watching the Haas here of Janis Correa's coming round now, slowly catching Joel and Keyboard. So curious to see if the 2 dry tyre drivers there are going to manage to hold him up at all, if he's going to manage to pass them before the end of the race. Gap's down to 2nd now, just about.
Yeah, you can see that Joel and Keyboard are really struggling. You can see the difference in pace, and now I think Janis will have both of them just in turn 3. Yeah, Joel going really slowly. Oof.
It's already past Joel.
Yeah, going past Joel, and surely Keyboard after this corner, as Janis Correa's made caught a little bit by surprise that Keyboard broke so early. Ooh! Oh no! He's winning! Janis! Oh no!
He's doing well there as well. That's a shame.
He didn't hit any walls. It's still P9. Ocean Chief is going past him right now. Mozzie Gaming is actually in the way. Yeah, but Janis is still struggling now.
Yeah, his tyres will not be feeling good now.
So yeah, sorry Janis. I know you had a bit of bad luck in USA with Sonny, and sorry again for this time. Yeah, well, at the front I think Terror is on the last lap. He has a 9-second gap, 10-second gap.
Yeah.
So Matthias
even more because the penalty from Wimpy as well. So yeah, he's probably more like 14, 15 seconds.
Yeah, Wimpy has 9 seconds of penalty. So Matthias.
Another yellow flag. That's Mossy Gaming retires from the start.
That's Mozzie Gaming that retires.
It looks like he spun and hit the wall there, has he?
Yeah, in the pit entrance, it looks like it, yeah. So, Terror will cross the line. Oh, yeah, you can see there Mozzie Gaming in the middle of the track. And Terror crosses the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Wimpy is gonna finish 2nd place, but he's gonna drop to 5th, maybe, because Matthias goes P2, John P3. So
another late yellow flag from the runners there. That's Joel has spun sector 2.
And as Matthias is P2, Motocrosser is the tier 3 champion of season 5, I think. Yeah, season 5 of SLR. Congrats to Motocrosser, who finishes this race in P6.
A solid run there from him.
Yep.
Joel is really struggling now. He's still on dry weather tyres. That spin's just dropped him right the way down the pack, and Baba's just passing there as well, as he runs very wide in the last corner there too.
Yeah, Keyboard Magnussen finishes P7 on those softs, so really good efforts. Yeah, good efforts from him. And that's it. Ocean Shift manages to get into the points as well. Janis Correa's as well. After that, unfortunate, and Joel retires, doesn't even finish. Yeah, driver of the day, Ocean Shift. I don't know. I don't remember where he started, but
check that in a second when it comes up on the screen.
Yeah, if he's driver of the day, then he must have started from far back. So good drive for him.
A very long battle with Kebab as well. I bet that would have been quite tiring to try and maintain that for the whole race.
Yeah. well, Kebab couldn't continue the fight because of his crash with Futuristic, was it? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like it was just a bit greasy and just spun a little bit.
Yeah, Ocean Shift starting from P17. Good drive to P9. Driver of the day though. Who do you think? I think this is gonna be a hard one.
It is. It's. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, Ter Ter did everything he had to do.
Yeah, I mean, he controlled that race right from the very get-go. He was miles away and just maintained that lead.
Yeah, Matthias did everything he could to try and keep the championship alive, but at the end, Ter was just too fast and didn't make any mistakes and didn't have any penalties. Then John also from P4, good run. Wimpy from P7 as well. Darcy from P8, Motocrosser from P10. Well, they all of the top 10 made up lots of positions. I think.
Too many to choose from. And then who was it that finished on dry tyres?
Finished P7 from P14.
P14 on dry tyres. That's that's quite impressive as well.
Yep. So yeah, I think we'll go into the interviews. So yeah, I would ask chat to help us. Who the driver of the day, please, a little bit. I could just because he won the championship, but
It is in that race. A lot of people, like you say, made positions from towards the back end of the grid there.
Okay, but yeah, let's decide that. Let's now start the interview. Yeah, of course, we have Ter and Wimpy. I think we can actually do the both of them together.
Yep, sure. That sounds
the
good.
two Mercedes. So let's drag them in. Hello Ter, hello Wimpy. Really good drive from you both. The Mercedes was running 1-2, although Wimpy had those penalties on the end, which dropped him to P5. But yeah, congrats on your win, Ter. Really solid drive, made no mistakes, and Wimpy as well, maintaining the 1-2 at least on track. Tell us about your races.
Yeah, I mean the nice thing is, I mean, just in terms of context, I did a bunch of practice day before yesterday. What day was that? That was Tuesday. And found that I was really fast, like faster than I had been on the pad pretty much total, like, you know, since I've been on the pad. And yeah, it was just about sort of converting that into a win, really. I did a pretty good qualifying lap. I drove a pretty good, I had stuff in hand, got sort of clear of, you know, everyone in the first 4 or 5 laps, which was the really important thing. And from there, it was just about guessing when the rain was going to come and sort of covering all my. I pitted late enough on the softs that I could pretend on mediums. Sure. But yeah, then obviously I wasn't sure whether I was going to pit. I think it was definitely the right thing for inters. But the dry tires were very slow at the end, and yeah, I was very. I mean, penalties. I'm very happy.
Yeah, good drive from you. Congrats. And we saw a risky strategy. I think he was the only one to do it because of the rain. Wimpy, you soft, so you had to pit for inters at the end. So if there you'd need to make up with, which wouldn't be great. But yeah, the rain did come, and yeah, good strategy.
Yeah, that was when we saw it was going to rain 45 minutes into the race. That was always my strategy. I was just hoping that not like the last 3 or 4 laps and you can stay out, you know. So, but I also want to give a big shout out to my crew chief, which was Hammer, for giving me confidence and going for that strategy. I was talking about it and I was thinking about it, and then he said just go for it, because I already had 6 seconds of penalties that time. Only one. And then I just went for a try. My goal was just to try and get onto the pole for the second place constructors championship position for the team, myself and Tara, and he's done his spot. Yeah, I had one penalty less, I would have been on a podium, but yeah, P4 is alright for today. I'm happy with that. I think I did a good race.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it's quite interesting to see the two strategies play out between the pair of you there, and we're really quite curious to see how much you'd be able to catch up with Terra when you were on the second set of softs there. It kind of caught us a little bit by surprise when he suddenly appeared on softs, and we thought,
Yeah.
what's he doing, you know? But it looked like it might have been playing out at one point, but.
It was a really good idea. Sorry
was.
to jump in. It was a really good idea. I thought about doing the same thing actually, but I decided not to because of the risk of the rain not ever coming hard enough to go to Inters, and
Yeah,
then
he
it would
wasn't
be
delayed.
yeah, and it wasn't worth it for me to take the risk. But if I was in Wimpy's position, absolutely it was the right call, I think.
Yeah, and also to my teammate, he also told me to try and go for it. He was trying to help me the whole time while he was driving, asking my tire wear and all that stuff, giving me advice and stuff. So yeah, thanks to my great teammate as well.
Oh, thanks, man.
But yeah, I'm happy with some good points for the team today, man. I'm really happy. Although I did get P4, it should have been P2, but it's alright. I felt I did what I did to do for the team and just working on the penalties. That's all.
Yeah, it was a very solid race from both of you. I think in that race it was, like I say, great to see you both doing so well, and great to see the mix up of strategies playing out the way they did as well.
Yeah, that was the only chance I had against these fast boys, because on I don't think I would have been able to hang out there on the normal plain soft medium strat. When I came out of my second stint, I was like absolutely flying on those press shots. That's why I did 2 runs in quali on my medium tire, and then I went for soft and a soft. That was all part of the plan. It was always there. We just decided last minute, okay, let's just go for it and then stick to the plan.
Yeah, you.
Worked out pretty well. Sorry, Carl, on you go.
I was gonna say you did a really good job. I think you're now, if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna be second in the constructors championship.
Yeah.
After this good race. So yeah, really good job from both of you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing the commentary back.
I have one unusual question, because we didn't know who to pick for driver of the day. I will give you both the opportunity to vote for someone. You cannot vote for yourself. So yeah, chat is not helping us either. So we have to pick someone.
It's going to be difficult to ask us that question because we didn't watch the race, to be honest. All I know is where my teammate ended.
If I'm not allowed to vote for Wimps, I would vote for Wimps if I was allowed to. If I am, then that's my vote. If not, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't know.
I have no idea because I don't know who drove what where. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I guess
the only
there are
person I can vote for is my teammate.
There were a couple of people who like George has stepped up recently, and he was really fast today.
Oh yes,
he didn't get the result. So I don't know if that sort of disqualifies him from driver of the day, but he's certainly a mention, I think, is George, because he's really stepped up the practice and has stepped it up recently. So he drove really well. John had a very good race. Darcy, I think that was his debut, right?
Yeah, first race
in SLR. So yeah, he drove very well. He was right up there the whole time. So I think all of those guys certainly deserve a mention. Chief as well got into the top 10. He was qualified P17.
Yeah.
Got into the top 10. So I don't know. I don't know who to make. I mean, if I'm allowed to vote for Wimpy, then Wimpy is my vote.
Okay.
But yeah. Otherwise, I don't really know. All of those guys are certainly mentions.
Yeah, we're struggling a lot with it because there's so many to choose from. There's a lot of drivers that managed to capitalise on the weather situation and the the situation of some of the other guys that are in the track there. Managed to jump up quite a bit towards the end of the race there, which was quite good to see. So yeah, too hard to choose.
But yeah, thank you guys. Congrats again on your win, and congrats also Wimpy on the P5.
P4.
P4. Oh, sorry, P4. Yeah, that's my bad. So yeah, thank you both. I will move you out now.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, good race, guys.
So who do you want to bring in now? Shall we bring Chief now?
Yeah.
He
let's
had
go for Chief.
a really good race. If Kebab was here, I would drag him too. So
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't see him there.
yeah,
unfortunately.
Kebab is not here unfortunately. But yeah, okay, let's drag Chief if I can. Give me just a second. Okay. Hello, Chief. Really good race from you. From P17, I think, to P9. So really good recovery drive. You had lots of battles with Kebab. We saw that, and at the end, Kebab had an incident with Futuristic, so he couldn't see the end of that battle. But yeah, you came out P9. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it started off terrible. Qualifying was horrible. I was thinking, right, I'll do some medium runs and see how I do, and then it was like, okay, right, that's not gonna work out. I was like P19 or something on mediums. I did a soft run, and did a 177, which is actually my personal best in a qualifying session, believe it or not. So it was like P17 or something. I couldn't believe it. I was like, kill me now, why am I here? I was just like, I'm gonna get embarrassed. I was like thinking, right, I'll go for, there's gonna be rain, I might go for mediums and hopefully they take me to the rain. But I have this fault in my game that whenever it's loading in, to the actual race, by the time I load in, I'm like black screen and I can hear the beep, the counter, the countdown timer.
Yeah.
By the time I get in, I just get a flash of the strategy and then I'm in the car and it's like, okay. So I've got like 3 laps of fuel and I'm on soft. So I was going to try mediums, but I just went for a double soft stint and it took me to the rim. And I did, like, if anyone saw my race yesterday, it was terrible. So I wanted to do this race to try and prove to myself that I'm not that bad. And I think, P9 in tier 3, a level up, is definitely, it takes away that sour taste I have in my mouth right now. Well, not right now because it's gone. It's now replaced with a taste of gammon and victory and all the good things.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining to watch you race there because you were fighting with Kebab pretty hard for quite a lot of that race. So it must have been quite difficult to try and keep the pace up with the rest of the runners whilst also defending or in some cases also chasing Kebab.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, I think that we were both just like, what he would pass me, with the overtake and the DRS, and then I would, on that lap or the couple of laps after that, I would just store up my ERS and then get him back. So it was just ding dong, ding dong. Eventually got ahead of him, and then the rain came. So I didn't see what happened to him after that, but yeah, I was just from yesterday's race. I hit 2 people. I got front wing damage. I got a penalty. I got a penalty today, which is pretty peeved about because I was going into this going, right, I'm not going to fight anybody. I'm not going to be like really, I'll fight a bit, but I'll not be like too aggressive because that's what happened yesterday. I was just pushing. You get in that mindset, right? I need to push now. And then I was like pushing so hard, to get away from the guy behind me, not realizing there's like 5 guys in a train ahead of me. And the concertina effect in the midsection is just in sector 2 is I just kind of caught me off guard, and that's when I got the front wing damage. So there was one point in this race where I was like, right, I'm gonna fight this guy, and then I got a penalty. That's exactly when I got a penalty. So I was like, right, Matt, just chill out here, just do your own race. Remember what we said at the start. Just do that.
Yeah.
So I just went into old man mode again, and just the race kind of came to me. I mean, there was a lot of other people. It's called, you know what it is? It's called the bottom feeder strategy, where you just profit off other people's bad luck and misfortune. And it worked today.
Yeah, and I think it was a good strategy. I thought Wimpy was the only one who did it, but apparently you did it too. The soft, and then inters at the end. Those inters, well, it was raining for quite a bit until you had to pit for inters. It seemed like the softs might go until the end, but I think 3 laps from the end you had DRS was deactivated, so you had to pit for inters. There was a couple of drivers who made it to the end on drivers, but I think that at that point the intermediates were faster because if it went dries until the end, you would have to pit again for another tire compound, so that would be risky. But yeah,
Yeah, it was hard to call when you're in the in the race because like the deer I put it before the DRS disable came up.
mhm.
I just the conditions were starting to get quite wet, but even then, whenever I came out on Enders, I was going, did I make the right choice? Because I could see Joel ahead of me. He was like 15 seconds ahead. He had 11 seconds of penalties, and I was thinking, surely I can get this guy. But he was actually not. He's pretty fast at this track anyway. But he was pretty decent on the softs, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe softs are okay. Maybe this is going to dry up, and then he's going to run away. And then I just saw Joel have an incident. He started losing a lot of time, and then he had that incident, and then I got him, and I got Chris at the end. I jumped him as well, but Tilda did a good job. He was behind me, and he jumped me with no penalties. So yeah, I'm happy for Alpha. What was it, P8, P9 in the end?
Yeah, it was
I
it was
think
great
so,
to
yeah.
It was a really good race, a really good run, and yeah, like I say, a lot of entertainment when you were fighting with Kebab for so long in there as well. And yeah, like Gullo was saying, I didn't actually realize that you did the soft into intermediate strategy as well. So yeah, I'm amazed to see
Yeah,
that worked
I think
out. It's a good
I think
shape.
when you're at the back like that, and you're struggling for pace, you can afford to gamble sometimes. As long as you don't want to really gamble too hard. But I mean, I thought soft softs is pretty safe kind of gamble. It should take me to the rain, and it did in the end. But it was getting to the point, where you're thinking, because it was raining for a while, and it still didn't feel slippy that much, and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna have to pit for another dry compound, and I've only got I'll have to go into mediums, and I'll just be out of the race at that point. But yeah, the battle with Kebab was pretty good. I mean, we're friends, off track as well, and it was pretty respectful stuff, good fun.
Yeah. Congrats on your race. I think that's it from us. I don't think we have any more questions, so thank you. I'm gonna move you
Yeah, no
back to
worries,
the
man.
chat.
Thank you very much. Bye.
And we have a lot of drivers, but I think we only have time for one more. So who do you want to pick?
Who've we got there? Tilda would be interesting to speak to, but I don't know if he's.
I think he's muted right now, so he won't hear us. Maybe Futuristic to try and understand what happened between him and Kebab.
Yeah,
There.
let's go for that.
Okay. So, hello, Futuristic. You were having a good race until you had an incident with Kebab that we didn't really see. What happened? So yeah, tell us what happened there.
Mm, well, I was trying to make a move on the inside, but that really never opened up, and I was trying to do the move on the outside instead, and I just got completely just shunted into the wall and stuck. I
Was
just
that-
wall right it.
So was that a spin from, a nudge from Kebab then, you reckon, more than I mean, I just caught the tail end of it, and from sort of my point of view, it looked like one of his, I didn't know who, perhaps maybe spun or wiggled a little bit just as you were side by side, but it was enough just to nudge you, into the wall there at the end.
Yeah, I think he lost some traction. I think he was on the curb and went just slightly over the grass, and I think he would have saved it, but before the grass on the left. But I was there, so I got hit from the side because of the loss of traction.
I suppose from that point, you're just a passenger, really, unfortunately. I mean, you're having quite a good race apart from that, up until that point. It was actually looking quite good. You're looking very racy in some places.
Yeah, I mean, I could keep up with, I think, motocrosser for some laps, but with the front wing damage, it was just, there was no long-term solution for me to keep up, and I couldn't even keep up. So it was just from the pit lane. It was just annoying race, basically.
Okay.
It's a bit of bad luck there, unfortunately for you.
Yep.
But you are running 5 in the championship, which is good. You have Keyboard Magnussen right in front of you. So, what do you think about next race, Abu Dhabi? Do you like it, or?
Well, before 2019 game, I really enjoyed it and had some really good pace, but on 2019 it was just a dog shit race, so maybe it's better in this game. Let's see.
Okay. Well, that's it from me. Unless you have any more questions, Boosted.
Yeah, no, I think that's about it. About wraps it up.
So yeah, unfortunate race from you, Futuristic. Thanks for having us here. Better luck next time. So
Yep.
I'll
Thank
leave
you.
Yeah, bad luck.
So unfortunately, we don't have Motocrosser to congratulate him on the championship, and I think that's it for today. Be sure to check out the next races tomorrow, Tier 2 at the same time, and in Saturday, Tier 1 at at 5:15, I think, CET. So I think that's right. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyways, that's it from us today. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yep, hope you'll enjoy that, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.